turn off the ignition, pull up the handbrake. Pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Open the oil fill plug. This will increase the oil flow when performing an oil change. In order to drain your vehicle, you must first lift the front section of your car. This will enable you to access the drain nut. Lift the front of your vehicle and put it in the 2-axle stance. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial racing your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. If the front plastic crankcase is present, you should now remove it to have full access to the drain nut. To begin with, loosen the drain nut with a socket wrench and a 12mm Allen socket. Then finish the process by hand. Be careful on the last few turns of the screw. The oil may suddenly squirt out. Anticipate this by placing a container underneath to collect the oil. You can learn how to make one by watching another of our videos, How to Make a Collector for Liquids. Let the oil run out for 10 minutes or so. Replace the seal on the drain nut. Start putting the drain nut back on by hand. And finish tightening it with a socket wrench and a 12mm Allen key. When you change the oil in your car, you must also replace the oil filter. You access the oil filter from below. To prevent the oil that is contained in the filter from spilling out, place the liquid collector underneath. Loosen the oil filter. If you're unable to do this by hand, you can release it with an oil filter wrench. If the filter remains stuck, watch our video unscrewing a blocked oil filter. Remove the oil filter. When released, turn it upwards to avoid spilling any oil. Take the new filter and compare it with the old one. Now, lightly oil the seal on the side that is screwed down. This will help avoid too much friction between the seal and the engine block. Friction can reduce the seal's water tightness. Coating with oil also facilitates assembly. Rescrew the filter until you feel contact. When this happens, take it fully in your hand and add an additional half turn to tighten. Remove the liquid collector. Now, you have to put oil back into the motor. You have to be very careful and precise when doing this part of the job. Firstly, lower your car back to the ground and check the oil level. This is something that can only be done when the vehicle is flat. Begin by putting 90% of the suggested amount, This will leave you a large enough margin to adjust the level of oil appropriately. You can find the exact amount of oil suggested for your car in the description of the tutorial. Close the oil fill plug. Start the engine and let the car run for 30 seconds. This will fill the oil filter. Remove the oil gauge and wipe it down. Plunge it back into its sheath. Remove it again and check the oil level. The optimal level is near the maximum, but be careful to never go over it. Based on the level indicated on the gauge, readjust to obtain the optimum amount. Operation completed.